Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel here at commaik. I made the construction plans a year ago, the concrete foundation was laid 2 months ago, and now I'm going to start here building my new garden kitchen. Today, the first row of stones will be laid. I'll take you along for the process. If you want to know how I go about it and what this garden kitchen will look like in the end, then stay tuned, we're about to get started. My new garden kitchen will be U-shaped. The back wall will be 4.5 meters long and the depth will be 4 meters. And the bar at the front will be about 3 meters long. I'll link the video about the planning in the top right corner so you can take a closer look at what the whole thing is supposed to look like. For the building material, I chose aerated concrete. This material is relatively robust, stable, and incredibly easy to work with. Aerated concrete can be cut by hand, but you can also do quite a bit with an electric reciprocating saw. As a base for the stones, I'm using roofing felt, which I lay on the ground so that the stones don't absorb moisture from below. The aerated concrete blocks are glued together using the thin bed method. Only the bottom layer is laid generously in mortar. To make sure I know exactly where each stone goes, I'll first lay out the first row dry. This means I lay out the stones in the way I'll need them later and cut them to size in advance. After that, the mortar is used and the first row is installed. The first row of stones is in place. At first I laid the stones dry, meaning without mortar underneath, on the separating felt, to find out whether the cut fits or if I need to shorten or saw the stones at any point. It turned out that the foundation isn't exactly at a right angle. I've stretched a mason's line along this wall here. You can see there's a big gap underneath here because the ground is uneven. The mortar will have to take care of that later. I've already marked out the interior layout of the kitchen as well. The countertop will end at this line here. The depth will then be 80 centimeters. The stones themselves are 60 centimeters, which means I can add about 1/3 of a stone to each and thus produce as little waste as possible. I've also already placed the grill in the spot where it will go later, or rather, I've set it up the way I imagine it will look in the end. I'd like to remove the sizzle zone and install it separately, directly into the kitchen countertop. And I'll completely remove the right side since I'll have a countertop here and won't need that shelf anymore. The sink will go somewhere in this area, or rather in this corner here. And here the refrigerator and some storage cabinets will probably be installed. I want to shape the edges diagonally. How far I'll actually extend them will only become clear later once I've laid the first row of stones. My goal here is also to install cabinets that I can easily access. If I lay the stones straight through, I'll have a huge dead corner back here that I can hardly reach. That would be a shame to waste the space. After I've cut and aligned this first row, I can set it in mortar. That means the mortar is applied underneath at a height of 1 to 3 centimeters, and the stones are thus aligned level and horizontally with the ground. Ideally, you first set the edge stone on one side and the edge stone on the other side, stretch a guideline, and can then connect everything directly together by simply following along the string and aligning each stone individually so that it is level. In my case, it won't be quite that easy because the foundation underneath is not completely even. So first, I'll use the spirit level to find the highest point among all these stones, and from that point, I'll start setting the stones in all directions. I won't be putting any additional mortar under the cardboard. I know some people do, others say it's no longer necessary. The manufacturer Aitong or Seller has shown both methods in their promotional videos. I assume that for this kitchen, no mortar needs to go under this fireproof cardboard. took a good day to lay the first row of stones. You can see the mortar has already set. I did all of this here yesterday. The foundation has a dip towards the center, which is why the joints are a bit larger there. I've already measured out the spaces here for the built-in components I want to add later and made the corresponding markings. I'm going to install the grill in this area. It has already passed its test run as well. I will now continue building the wall, but this time using the thin bed mortar method. That means the next stones will only be glued. And if you want to see how I do it, then subscribe to my channel and activate the bell. That way, you'll automatically get reminders for all new videos. I'm happy if you leave me a few comments below, and of course I also appreciate a like. Otherwise, see you next time. Subtitles by ZDF Funk 2017.